The year is 73 AD. The location: a desolate plateau overlooking the Dead Sea. In the distance, the fortress of Masada stands defiant, a beacon of Jewish resistance against the might of the Roman Empire. But within its ancient walls, a grim reality is dawning on the Jewish rebels known as Zealots. Their last stand is about to begin. The sun beat down on Masada, baking the rock to an unbearable heat. The Roman siege ramp, a testament to relentless engineering, snaked its way up the western slope. Inside the fortress, Eliezer ben-Yair watched, his face etched with grim determination. For nearly 3 weeks, the Romans had been bringing up earth and timber, stone by stone, layer by layer, inching their way up the mountain. Now their reward awaited them, a panorama of the Dead Sea stretching to the horizon, dotted with the white tents of the Roman camp. It was a prize that the Romans, with their siege ramp nearly complete, were on the verge of claiming. It had all started when the Romans, under the command of the experienced Lucius Flavius Silva, had arrived at Masada seeking the surrender of the fortress's Jewish defenders. But the Zealots, led by the charismatic Eliezer ben-Yair, refused. They were prepared to fight to the death rather than submit to Roman rule. With a force of approximately 10,000 soldiers, the Romans had begun their assault, bombarding the fortress with catapults and battering rams. But the Zealots, numbering around 900, had held firm, repelling attack after attack. Now the Roman siege ramp, a marvel of military engineering, stretched nearly half a mile, connecting the lower slopes of the mountain to the top where the fortress stood. From here, the Romans would wheel forward their siege tower, a monstrous machine of wood and iron, 40 cubits or roughly 60 feet tall, adorned with battering rams and catapults. Its purpose, to batter down the fortress gates and bring the Zealots' resistance to an end. Inside Masada, the atmosphere was tense. The defenders, exhausted from weeks of fighting, braced for the coming assault. Suddenly, a shout went up from the ramparts. A catapult had found its mark, sending stones crashing down on the Roman ranks. Cheers and countershouts filled the air as both sides traded blows. The Romans advanced, their shields held high, their swords gleaming in the sun. The defenders, though outnumbered, fought with the fury of those who had nothing left to lose. Amidst the chaos, Eliezer ben-Yair remained calm. His gaze was fixed on the advancing Romans, his mind racing, calculating, strategizing. As the battle raged, he knew that their survival depended on his next move. With a wave of his hand, the defenders fell back, retreating deeper into the fortress, deeper into the lion's den they had made their last stand. Boom, boom, boom! The sound reverberated through the fortress, shaking its very foundations. The battering ram connected with the wooden gates, splintering the wood, but failing to break through. The Romans pressed their attack, but the Zealots, fueled by desperation and religious fervor, fought with the tenacity of cornered animals. Yet it was a losing battle. The Roman siege tower loomed over them, a symbol of their impending doom. The battering ram was relentless, each blow shaking the fortress to its core. And then it happened. A crack appeared in the wall, spider webbing across the ancient stones. The Romans surged forward, their voices rising in triumph. That night, under the cloak of darkness, Eliezer called his people together. Torches flickered, casting long, dancing shadows on their faces. He spoke not of surrender, but of choice. Of freedom, of defiance in the face of certain death. His words, fueled by desperation and unwavering belief, resonated with the weary defenders. A plan was forged, a pact sealed in the heart of despair. By the next morning, something unimaginable had happened. The Romans, sure of their victory, charged through the broken wall only to be met with an eerie silence. It was a silence more chilling than any battle cry. Row after row of bodies lay still, a haunting reminder of those who chose death over slavery. The Romans may have won the siege, but they lost something much deeper. So what do you think? How do you think this story will end? What do you think will happen next? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching. See you next time.